Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. And we are back this week with our continued theme for the month of February, which is love language. And we're on part 2 of love language with our series, with the couple series. So we have some more couples for you guys to meet this week. And I'm super excited about the new couples that are going to be joining us today. So aren't you guys excited? I got a lot of good feedback from the first set of couples that we had from week 1. So we took a break last week because Super Bowl. And so I forgot Super Bowl Sunday. So I was like, ain't nobody going to be popping up on here doing Super Bowl Sunday. Everybody going to be glued to that TV. So we took a hiatus and said, we'll just come back and resume next week. And we added extra couples to the following weeks. But we are back this week with the couples and the exciting stories that you guys get to hear and chime in on, listening to them give their bio of their relationships and their love language and how they communicate with their love language. So I just want to give this real quick quote I thought it was really cute. It says, happily ever after is not a fairy tale, it's a choice. So when we're talking about love and we're talking about our love language and the things that we're doing when we're in relationships, everything is a choice. When we love somebody, we choose to love that person. We make that choice. Love is always action, right? Love is what love does. So when we're loving somebody, we're making that choice to do the things to show that person how much we appreciate them, how much we love them, how much we care, the sympathy, the empathy, and everything else that comes with it. So I'm excited to hear some of these stories from the new set of couples this week. So without further ado, our week 2 couples that will be joining us today will be Tisha Dotson and Adam Hurd, which is the first couple. And then our second couple, which will come on after their interview, will be Jimin and April Hogbook. So I'm pretty excited to hear about them. So when they come on, I'm going to let them give you their bio of their relationship and their relationship status. And then we're going to go straight into the interviews. But when you're checking in and let us know where you're checking in from. I hope that some of their family members and stuff are joining in so they can hear in. And some of their family and friends are listening in and hearing in on some of these stories. Chime in as well. So, but and podcast, if you guys have any questions for these couples or comments or whatever, please make sure you post them. Jada will make sure they get highlighted on the screen, and that way we can share with the couples if there's some things that you guys like to share and let them know. So we're going to bring on couple number 1. So that is Tisha Dotson and Adam Hurd. Hey guys. Okay. All right. Okay, great.
Hey y'all. Hey.
How you guys doing?
Awesome.
Good.
Look, I know everybody's still high off of Valentine's Day. So y'all still nourishing off of Valentine's Day? A week after? Look, I mean, love is totally in the air. This whole month been like everywhere you go. I just been seeing so many, different things going on, and people still like, sharing in on love, and people still holding hands. So I'm it's glad to see that, it just didn't stop after Valentine's Day. But give the podcast a bio of who you guys are as a couple and what your status is in your relationship and what's going on.
Well, I'm Tisha.
Okay.
Madam.
We've been dating since late October.
Okay.
The whole time has been exclusively. I think for the both of us, we were dating with intentions. We laid it out the first conversation. Like, this is what I want. This is what we're doing. And it meant a lot to both of us. So we're dating with the potential of we are getting married. Like, we already set a date, everything. Um, but God is the center of the entire relationship, and He has been the center of this entire relationship. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we met online, and this whole thing to online is new to me. I've never met someone online like this before. She took me by surprise, and blew me away. So, we it's been a strong 4 months, and yes, and yeah, we do. Like she said, we are dating, but we're dating with a purpose. We have God in the center of it. So without Him, this wouldn't be as strong as it is right now. And this is the strongest I've ever felt. So yes.
Awesome. Awesome. And let me, I love what you guys said when you said that, you guys went into this with intentions, because a lot of people date and they're just out there trying to figure it out. Like, I'm trying to find my boo, and and they're dating and they don't have a purpose. They just trying to say, if he fine, then I'm going to date him. If she fine, I'm going to get her, whatever. And they just trying to, grab somebody or whatever.
Right.
But when you're purposely out there knowing what you're looking for, and when you know what you're looking for and you see that in a person and say, that's it for me, that's when when you say you had intentions, it's no reasonable doubt when you found that person, because you dated with that intent. I have a purpose in this dating realm. I don't plan to be out here dating long, and when I find this person, I know that's gonna be my person. So
Right.
I love that you guys shared that, because people look at dating now so differently. Like, you got to be out there dating 2 years,
Right.
you got to have a 2-year status before you make somebody, you give somebody a signature title or whatever. That no longer works anymore. If you're dating with a purpose now, and you're dating with the intent to say, I'm in a place in my life where I know what I want, and this is where I'm going. If you find two like-minded people who are looking for the same thing, hey, I don't care if it's 6 months, 6 weeks, we there, as long as we're on the same page. So I love that you guys shared that. I love that. Awesome. So I'm gonna start with you then, Adam. So what was it about Tisha? You said, she blew you away. So what was it about her?
Well, the first things first, she's a woman of God. So, and
And I can validate that now, bro. I can validate that. That's my prayer partner.
Yes. And I recently recommitted myself back in March of last year. And the way she presents herself to me, I could see her heart, and I could see her true intentions, and I could see the love that she'll give me, in the future. And then somehow, some way, I just, like you were saying earlier, you choose to love, and God talks about how you don't fall in love, you choose to love, and I'm choosing to love her because she just has everything that I prayed for. I've been praying for a woman like this for a long time. So
he's so sweet.
Well, now to check them boxes off, Adam. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna counter that with you. What was it about Adam for you, Tish?
It was everything, honestly. Like, I was already frustrated, so I really didn't expect to get him when we met online. And just the way that he would inbox me, I was just like, I can't respond to this. Like, we're gonna have a talk. So when we had our first talk, I knew, just because of what I prayed and I asked God for. So when I was just like, well, I'm gonna just put it out there. I ain't doing that till I get a ring and we get married. I'm not doing it, because for a lot of people, sex blinds you. And I didn't want to be blinded to anything anymore. And purity will give you the clarity that you needed. And the fact that he loved God, and a man that loves God and keeps God first gonna know how to love me, respect me, and everything. And I was just like, that's him. First date, we actually went to church on his birthday. And I was just like, the way he worshiped the Almighty, I was like, yeah, got him. I'm not getting up off of him. That's it. And it's just the way that he loves God. Like I said, a man that loves God will know how to love me and deal with me. And he's so patient with me. Cause y'all know how us black women is. All the I be doing too much. I be doing too much. But he keeps me focused and grounded, and it's just the way that he loves me, and he loves God. It's everything.
See, I like that, because when you pray and ask God for something, he's going to give you what you need.
Yes.
And then, and a lot of times he going to add the wants in there too, because, we always say, well, we want a 6'5", such and such and such and such. And he's going to be like, I know what you need. However, I'm going to give you your wants, but it may not be packaged how you wanted it or how you described it. So, but he's going to give us what we need. And so,
yes.
Look, it may not be the 6'5" or wherever you might have described how you want it, back when years ago, but you got exactly what you need, and God knew that. And so he's giving you the desires of your heart, and vice versa to you, Adam. Same way with you. You said, you asked God for certain things and you saw that in her. And so when he revealed those things in her, that was good that you was able to see that right away. So I'm excited. So since we're talking about love language, Tisha, what is your love language?
All on.
All 5 of them.
And he does it all without. I love him because he a man of action. He ain't gonna do too much talking. He be about it. And go ahead. Like, every now and again I'll be like, babe, baby, what them flowers at? I had a bad day. But not every day is not going to be a good day, but there is good in every day. And he, by the end of the day, he lets me see that. And that's all on. Every last one.
Okay. What about you, Adam?
I believe it's a little bit of every one of them too, but I'm strongly on words of affirmation. And she gives that to me all the time. She lets me know how much she appreciates me, and I've never had a woman to tell me that all the time. At first it was a little confusing, but now, but because I've never had a woman as strong as her and as pure as her, you know what I'm saying? So she's different, she's making a better version of me, and them words really are encouraging, to let me know that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm already a leader, but she's going to help me lead this family.
I like that. And when you say, the appreciation, I know a lot of men, that's what they yearn for. They yearn for that appreciation, to feel appreciated. And so when women give it to them without them asking or seeking for it, and they give it to you and let you know, look, you're appreciated. I appreciate the things that you're doing for me, for us, for around the house. The things that you're doing that I'm not asking you to do. When that stuff, when men will go climb a mountain for you when you're showing that kind of appreciation. So, and that's all men are looking for, really, is the appreciation. That I am appreciated for the things that I do. So I'm glad to hear that those words of affirmation are being planted now, sis. Because you plant them now, keep them going now, keep them going.
Yes.
So since we're talking about love language, sometimes we often go through things that causes us to have to sometimes apologize. So do you guys have an apology language? There's things that you guys do, or is there an apology language that you guys have, or certain things that you guys do that that you do to make up with the boo you've done wrong, or you need to make it right? Or
Okay, so it take me a little while to apologize, but I do. When I know I'm wrong, I be like, you know what, I'm sorry, and I explain what I'm sorry for. It's not a lot of times that he has to apologize, but I know me, like, because it's from a frustrated place, and I haven't had someone like him at all. So it's just like doing it by myself. And when a man is just like, I got you, I've never had that. So now that I have that, it's just like, but you ain't got to. And it's like, girl, sit down. So I be battling.
girl,
So
sit down. Enjoy that soft girl era. Sit down.
Well, I like it when we have a problem, or I don't like to think that we have a problem. There is a problem. She's not the problem, I'm not the problem. There's a problem that we have to address. She will address it immediately, and we will sit there and we'll communicate about it and talk about it. And there is no wrong person. It's just the problem that we need to address and work out, so we can move forward. So
Communication is always big and key in any relationship. So when you don't have communication, high on the priority list, you're gonna always have some issues. So when you can address stuff as and address it quickly, because you let that stuff sit down and get rooted in some stuff, all kind of stuff will take place. So
and
and you let stuff fester, all kind of stuff will take place. So I like the fact that y'all address it immediately and go on and go on and take care of that thing.
Because since I be like, hold up, let go and nip this in the bud now. I ain't finna be doing.
Yeah, that's just like me. I'm the type of person, you can't tell me, we'll talk about that when we cross that bridge. I'm already at the bridge. We got to talk about it right now.
Be there, stay there. Let's get it worked out and then move on.
Right. Yeah. Can't wait till we cross the bridge. I'm there now. We got to talk about it now.
Right.
So, yeah. A person too. So, so let me see. When do you feel the most loved by your partner, Tisha? When do you feel the most love, Tisha?
So I sit at work all day and I can't have my cell phone. So we have come up with something where we email throughout the day, and I'm always emailing him between like 1 and 5 questions to answer. I feel loved by him all the time, but it's his response to certain things. It's definitely a response to the messages. Like most of them are just like, I be challenging him, give me more, give me more. He was like, babe, I ain't got no more to give. Because men are just simple. We women, we want to just thought process. And I was like, maybe that's too much, but I feel most love when I'm driving back and forth and he's like, I hope you have a good day. You ain't gonna have to keep doing this. You're just doing it for now. Like, just the talks that we have throughout the day. That's when I feel most love. Um, and then on Sundays, when we go to church together, because I have my daughter, and Adam is the first man outside of her daddy that she's seen me with. So I would say Sunday mornings and attending worship together and Aiden seeing that, I feel love. Like, that's the best part of the week. But during the week, it's really just having those morning conversations after I do my meditation with God before I get on the road. But yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Adam?
Well, I would say what we talked about earlier with her words. I've never had it where I wake up to a text. I was always the first person texting, and she beat me to the chase now.
I'd be up earlier.
It's not. I don't even think it's that. I think that she just wants to make sure that I start my day off right. By hearing her or even seeing the words. And like I said, she appreciates me, and that's when I feel the most love, because I feel respected, and especially like even a while ago when she called me her man. I've never, ain't nobody ever really, addressed it like that, so they never showed me. I guess what I'm trying to say though is, I don't know how you feel about addressing true love, but I guess I've never felt true love until now. And I really feel appreciated, and I really feel like the love is throughout the whole day, just hearing her. So, when she wants to hang out too, because we're busy people. Everybody's busy, and when she be like, oh, why ain't you here or something like that, I'm like, okay.
I love that. I love that. We're going to go into a little fun question. Okay, so I know y'all done probably did some cooking and stuff. I know you know
he
you
ain't cooking for me.
You cook. So, and I do believe I can cook a little bit, but if she want to cook, let her go ahead.
Okay. So you enjoy the cooking, Adam? You've been enjoying the cooking?
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes she's a little too southern for me,
Child, he don't do hot miles. No rutabagas, no nothing. Can't cook that one.
Look, I tried.
You got to slowly bring him in, Tish. You got to slowly bring him in.
I was like, okay then.
When my mother heard about her child eating that, she was just like astonished. Like, what?
Baby, we eat over here. Okay.
Like, you got a real southern girl.
Chitlins, yeah, we're gonna do them right here.
That's what she was really surprised at, how a 9-year-old's eating chitlins like that,
I was cleaning chitlins at 9.
So I guess we can say you approve of her cooking then, because
absolutely.
Okay. So in a relationship, who's the neat freak and who's the messy mouse?
I guess she's gonna be neat, and I'm gonna be a little messy.
Okay.
But I don't believe I'm that messy. But but
do you help clean up the mess though? Do you help clean up the mess?
He does sometimes.
Okay.
He be like, "You cook, I clean."
Okay.
Like a deal to me.
Okay. See, tag teamwork makes the dream work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all starting the foundation off good. Yeah. So I know you mentioned that you have a daughter. So because you guys are looking to get married, how was that for you guys with the dating thing? As far as like introducing your daughter to someone new in your life outside of her dad?
So what happened was he wasn't supposed to meet Aiden at all. And my friend, she lives like a minute from me. And I dropped Aiden off with her. She was going to watch Aiden for me. And Aiden wasn't here for that. Aiden was not here for that. I was just driving to check on Aiden when we came back from our date. And Aiden was like, I'm going with y'all. But before Aiden met him, she asked him one question. And she was just like, what are you to my mom?
Mm.
He said, I'm her man. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. And Aiden just did this.
Oh, she gave him a thumbs up.
She was like, I like him for you because everybody know I'm a PK. And Aiden was raised in the church. And we pray together. And they say your first child goes through the most with you. So Aiden has seen all of this. She's not privy to conversations, but she's gone through life with me. And I remember August of last year, her telling me, it's okay for you to love and be loved. And we was on the way back, and she was just like, God gonna send you your husband. And this is what he's going to look like. So she already had an idea. Like it was already, that's my angel. And Adam was the first man that she was just like, yeah. And she'll even tell me, she'll take his side. You doing too much. You need to calm that down.
Oh,
I like him.
that's the kids would do it. They would do it, and especially if they like validate for somebody, they would do it. So, and how does that make you feel, Adam? Knowing that you kind of have that, you know, the pleasure of having the young one give you the blessing.
It makes me feel good because, you know, at the end of the day, you got to win the child's heart
Period.
in order to win the mother's heart, you know. And honestly, I've had a little bit of experience with this with exes that's had children. Never a girl, just boys. But, you know, at the same time, I feel like she said, you know, when Aiden asked me, I'm a very confident man. I'm just going to tell you, you know, and that makes it a lot easier, you know what I'm saying, to show her child that I'm a confident man, and they're gonna see that and respect that, and all they want is to see that their mother is loved, and that's what I'm here for.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you guys. We're gonna wrap up with you guys and start with couple number 2, but I want you guys to come back at the end because I have a closeout remarks that I want you guys to share in on, and some closeout questions I want you guys to share in on with the other couple at the very end. So thank you guys for sharing.
You're so welcome.
Or whatever, and we'll see you guys back in a few minutes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Adam and Tisha. Now we're gonna have April and Jimmy Hoggerbrook that comes on. So Jade, if you can bring them on. Hey guys.
What's going on?
Hi. And what shirts are we looking at? I see some shirts. What the shirts?
He say
he is mine.
He is mine.
and she is mine.
Okay. State that claims.
Definitely.
Let it be known. How are you guys doing? Let us know in podcast land who you guys are, the state of you guys' relationship, and all that. So introduce us to you guys.
Thank you, babe. I'm Jimmy. Most of the people know me by Yo. This is my wife, April. We have been together for 9 years, be 10 years this November. Was together for 7 years and was married almost 2 years now. April of this year be 2 years. Anything you want to add to that?
What he said.
So yeah, we've been together for a while, and just trying to continue to grow to know and learn each other a lot better, to see if we can't, the statement that I heard you read about forever, happily ever after, it's a commitment, and we just want to be committed to it and see if we can't achieve what a lot of people our age just are not achieving in these days and time, that happily ever after. So we both are on our second marriage, and this time we think we got it right, and we're gonna try to do it for the rest of our lives. You agree with that?
I agree.
All right.
I like it, and I'm glad you guys brought that up, because oftentimes we see people in relationships and start back over after they've dated or been married before,
Mhm.
and some people tend to say, well, now once they have a marriage that didn't work, feel like I don't want to be married again. I don't want to ever be married again. That's not
Mhm.
always the case. Because something didn't work with one person don't mean it ain't gonna work with
Won't
the
work
right
for me.
person. So I'm glad that you guys are giving love and marriage another chance, and with the right person. So I'm glad that, as the second marriage for both of you guys, that it's showing evident, for the years that you guys been together, that that's a testament of people making a choice to love and to be committed to each other and making things work. So yeah, and that quote I had mentioned earlier is happily ever after is not a fairy tale, it's a choice. So yeah, so we make that
Definitely.
choice. We
Yeah.
definitely make that choice. So we're gonna get all into this. So we're talking about love language this month, and there's 5 love languages. So what are you guys' love language? How do you guys speak your love language to each other?
I'll let you answer that first.
It's funny because we were talking about this backstage before this. I think my love language is physical touch.
So you like to have the hands on, you like the affectionate part, you're affectionate
Yeah.
person. Okay, okay. And that takes me by surprise, because you seem more of the shy person. I guess it's different when you with your man.
Yeah, very
You
different.
with my
Because I'm
brother
used to
behind.
him. I feel comfortable. I feel open.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Okay. And what is yours, yo?
Me, I think it's more. I do enjoy the physical touch, but the words affirmation also for me, just like Adam said in your last interview. I mean, I think once before you had me as a guest on your podcast, and I told you my understanding and what I found in relationships is that a woman wants to be cherished. She wants to know that a man loves her and cherish her, and a man just want to be appreciated and respected. So knowing that I'll go and move heaven and earth for my woman, my kids, and I know when I come home I have a place to take that outside world off. I feel
Mhm.
appreciated. I got a woman at home that tells me how much she appreciates me on days when I'm not feeling good. And, she'd send me a text, how's your day? And I explain it to her, baby, when you get home, I'm going to rub your feet or I'm going to rub your back. I appreciate what you do for this family. And that's what keep me driving. And that's what I have to say my love language is.
I love that, because I know, I know you personally, so
Yeah.
I know how hard you work as
Yeah.
a husband and a dad or whatever. So, and I know personally it does drive you, knowing that you got to take care of home and all that kind of stuff. So that's your number
Definitely.
one driving force, and I love that.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
so you look, April, you can never go wrong when you got a provider.
Exactly. You got everything at home that you need.
Exactly. So we're gonna ask you this, April. When do you feel the most connected with your partner?
The most connected. Like I always feel connected to him. The most. That's a good question. I mean, because like I always feel it.
Like when? Like, do you feel it like, when y'all alone, when y'all are doing family time with the kids, or
I love family time, but I also love that quality time.
okay, when
Like I
y'all have
love that
that?
one-on-one time. Yeah, that we can because like he said, we've been together for so many years, and I love to keep things fresh. I don't want it to fade. So like when we can get that time to ourselves, I love that the most.
You better say that, girl. Look, you got to keep the fire.
Yeah.
Got to keep the fire. Look, kids got to go to bed early. You look, or go to
Mhm.
grandma's house or something. You know, you got to keep it fresh. Well, yo, so when do you feel the most connected to her?
Well, we had a blended family. Again, both of us second marriage, and if anyone who experienced that know that when you coming into a relationship with the blended family, there's going to be some things that she didn't understand what my kids was bringing in, and I didn't understand her kids bringing in. And we had conversations. We communicated about it to get a common ground on some rules and things that we had set forth from previous relationships to try to bring and tie it into our relationship to have everybody on one accord in the household. And I think anytime my kids are a lot older, and anytime my kids have issues and she don't understand, and I'm willing to talk to her and explain to her, hey, your kids are a lot younger than my kids, and this is what's going on. When the effort she makes to accept what it is that I'm speaking to her about my kids, and the effort she make in trying to understand and cope with teenage kids and things like that, it makes me connect with her so well. I feel so much love to know that it's a new territory for her to have to deal with teenagers and things like that, because her kids are still young, and she make those efforts, and that's what really connects me with her. It just makes me feel so much love that she's willing to adjust and things like that with my kids.
And I like that you guys are sharing about blended families, because that can be a tough adjustment, especially with younger kids. When
Mhm.
you're trying to blend a family, it's tough with older kids. I got grown
Yes,
kids, and my
yes.
son don't like nobody.
And
It
nephew
don't
gonna
matter.
let it
It
be
don't matter.
known.
Look, I could be marrying Jesus Christ. He ain't gonna like it. He gonna find somebody. He gonna find something he don't like. So
Exactly.
I'm just telling you, it's. I know it's already tough with younger kids, but but when you having a blended family or whatever, the fact that you guys have worked to make that work and understand each other and the dynamics of the differences with the children and the age differences, and make it work and communicate that. I think that's very important.
Yes,
So
definitely.
yeah. And speaking of communication, um, how important is communication in you guys' relationship? Is that one of the biggest factors in your guys' relationship? How often, do you guys channel that in your relationship, in your marriage?
Well, we're gonna talk about it because communication is a big part of the relationship, and that's something he values the most because you have to communicate about everything. If you don't, things can go wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
With me, I'm gonna say what I gotta say when I gotta say it. No, and I sometimes it's like when he's coming to me to communicate about how he feel, it's like I'm hearing him, but I'm not listening to understand. Because sometimes we just jump to our own conclusion instead of actually hearing what the person is saying to you. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been working on that with myself lately. Actually hearing him, understanding him, and working through our relationship issues if one
Yeah.
happens to come about.
Yeah, and you said something
So
very important, April. You said, you've been working on the fact that you're trying to understand, you're trying to listen to him to understand. Because a lot of times
yeah,
we listen to respond,
They
like we're ready to
respond.
be like, I'm ready to pop off what? I'm ready to, what you
yeah,
got to say. So I got my thoughts in my head, what I'm about to respond back, and you're not really capturing what the
yeah.
person is saying or
You
what
take
they're trying to tell you. And so we're listening to respond and listening to hear what really is going on and what's the root behind what the
what's
problem or
really
the
going
issue
on.
is.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
I have to agree with both of you all, especially, you know, you both being women. First is first, like podcast land. Babe, I think you're aware of April and I. There's a big age gap in our age. So
Yeah.
the communication part was something that, like, that same term you just used, I used to share with her all the time. I say, you know, you're not listening to me to solve this, to get, you know, a resolution to this. You're listening to me to respond, to go back. You know, it was like a generational thing, I guess, with the young kids that, you know, they looking for a comeback, a quick comeback. And, you know, she don't want to talk, you know, and things like that. But again, she have been working on it tremendously, and it has improved throughout the later years of our relationship, where we're able to sit down and talk. You know, communication is key, because I heard your first couple there, you know, you can have a situation, and he put it best. It's not a problem with her or I, either one of us having a problem or being the problem, but there is a problem between us that needs to be settled. And I used to tell her it's like throwing a grain of sand or a grain of salt outside your door. You know, the problem may be small and minute, but if you open your door every day and throw a grain of salt out, it's gonna pile up till it become a big hill to where you can't even walk out that door. Instead of just addressing that little grain of salt at that time, taking the broom and sweeping it away. You know, we're gonna handle this right now. We'll get down to the root of it. We'll hear each other out, come to a compromise. If not, you know, it's nothing wrong with agreeing to disagree. You know, it don't always have to be a right and a wrong person. You know, sometimes it can just be we don't agree, but let's come to a common ground to where we both can make the relationship, our household, and our family a lot better than being at all with each other. So I do commend her and love her for the improvements that she has made, her and I both have made when it comes to communicating in our relationship.
Awesome. So that's going to bring me to our apology language then. Is there
Mm.
apology language that you guys have? Is there, you know, we know that with relationships and stuff, oftentimes we have to do some things and we got to make up. So there's some things you guys do when it's makeup time?
So for me, it's about to get very rated R.
Just stop it right there. Yeah. Just know it's on her part. I have to say, yeah, she's that touchy feely person when she knows that
That's
she
what
has done something. Yeah. So her love language
like,
really
I'm
come
sorry,
out.
baby. Look, listen.
Okay, look, make it work for you, boo. If that's what works, make it work for you.
And
But I love that. But when we can just lay up and we can talk about it after that, or you know, even before that, I love everything about it because I had to learn him to understand him.
Yeah.
I didn't really know him in the beginning to understand where he was coming from, what he was saying. So like I fought against everything he was saying. I was like, that's not how I do things. That's not what I believe in. But when you're in a relationship, you have to make it work. It's two of you, not one of you. So you can't just go based off of your own opinion. And
Yeah.
so I think that's where everything started getting better at. I'm like, I have to take a step back and allow him to be him, and for him to see me. We have to understand each other. So yes, I love the sex, I do, but I also do like when we talk about it because I love, like he said, he's older. He has so much wisdom. So when he pours that out, and I just love to receive it. I'm
Okay.
like, yes, teach me when I can learn from you. I love that.
Okay, I love it. Okay. Look, and when you talk about like you know, having that, I know there's an age difference or whatever. And because there's an age difference, when he's telling you those things and you're able to receive it in that kind of way, and then
Yeah.
you're receiving it and you're reciprocating it in a way that your actions reciprocate it. You know, you're showing I'm receiving this and I'm showing you how I'm receiving this because I'm doing better. We're growing because all of this is a growth process. You're never going to physically like be able to know a person thoroughly. You know, there's people that have been married 50 years and they still learning new stuff about their partner.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a continual growth process. So you're going to be learning and figuring things out, you know, 5 years from now about him. So, but the fact that you're willing to allow him to pour some things into you, and there's some things he's going to learn from you, even though he's
Definitely.
older, there's some things you're going to be able to teach him too, sis.
Definitely.
Teach him.
Already have.
Right. Yeah. So go ahead. Yeah. What's
I guess my apology language is gift buying, cooking her a meal, things like that. You know, my
access
first
You can
services?
definitely cook.
Mm,
my first thing is not being afraid to be apologetic. You know, if I'm wrong, I have no problem with, you know, admitting that I'm wrong. And again, I don't like, honestly, I can honestly say, and I say this coming from a previous marriage, again, I'll bring that up. In 10 years, there has been one, what I can say was a physical altercation between her and I. And she's probably going to get upset with me when I say this, but she actually was coming at me, lunging at me, and I didn't hit her or anything like that, but I was just bagging up, just letting her have her way, and she slipped in some water and fell in a puddle of water. So, you know, I think she learned. That was about 2 years into our relationship. I think she learned at that time, like, okay, we ain't gonna try that again, you know. So the fact that I don't mind, we never allow a situation to get too far out of hand. So to go ahead and just apologize, I was wrong. This is what happened, you know, to make this up to you, you know. And I have to be special with my gifts because I'm the type. I bring flowers to her office. You know, I send her money for lunch, you know, to go for lunch and things like that. Like I said, I'm the cook in the house, so you know she's gonna always have a special dinner made for her and the kids. So if I'm apologizing, it's something that I've done wrong, she'll get any kind of special dinner that she loves. She's a seafood person, so you know I make my seafood balls for her and things like that. When I know I've done wrong, I know they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, but the way through my wife is through her stomach with some good seafood. So I can apologize like that.
I love it. So we're gonna wrap it up with one last question for you guys before we bring the other couple on. When did you realize that Jimmy was it for you, April? Like you knew that was this gonna be my man, this might be my husband.
When I first met him, it was just he was very different from what I was used to seeing. Um, he was so true to it. Like he was a very honest guy. He would, how was your day, beautiful? Like he would be so interested in how my day was, what I was doing. He would always come to see me. He would always bring his. I used to like Sonic's, what it was, their blast milkshake with.
Yeah.
Every time he saw me, he would bring one. Like it's just he's shown me more than anybody I've ever met how much he was really into me, how much he cared about me, and how much he wanted me to be his. And his saying was, "I'm gonna Jennifer Hudson you." I'm like, huh? Like it took a minute to understand. Like what? You gonna Jennifer Hudson me?
I mean, you gonna love me.
He was saying, "I'm gonna love him. I'm gonna make you love me." I eventually started loving him, but I knew when I met him that I wanted this man, and I was gonna, make him mine. But he like I said, he started against me. We met online, and I didn't think it would go nowhere because I wasn't really ready to get in a relationship. So it was kind of hard to just give in at first. But I was like, I can't keep fighting this. Like this man is too good, too good to be true. So we end up making it official. And like I said, he is to this day, he's, you know, he's
Yeah.
an amazing guy. Like, I still get surprised off of some of the things he does. Like, I can look at him and I won't have a worry in the world. Like, it's like I feel complete.
Oh,
I
that's
don't,
so
I don't,
sweet.
I don't have to look over my shoulder like, what's he doing? Or where he's going? Because, like, even if I do get those questions, because we're gonna have those questions as women. I know I don't have no worries with this man.
Yeah, he's gonna give
Like,
you the assurance.
yeah, like, I've never had nobody to go as hard for me as he did. So, like, and he showed this from the very beginning. I wasn't used to that, but like I said, I knew that I wanted to be with him.
Awesome.
And it was kind of rough back then, and I used to pray all the time. And when he walked into my life, I was like, God, is that you? Like, I felt like my questions was being answered.
Oh.
So yeah,
And that's a testament it was, because if he was doing the things to get you and he's still doing those things to keep you, then that's an answered prayer, sis. So count that as an answered prayer.
Yeah. Like, I really thank God for him.
Oh, I love it.
Especially,
Okay. So how was it? How did you know she was it for you?
Again, like she said, we met online. I was coming out of my marriage, and she was actually still married but going through a divorce. And we both, like I said, we knew that we did want to pursue each other, but we was both had walls up, because of what we had experienced in those previous relationships. So it went back to the communication side, where we was just telling each other, like I continued to pour into her that I'm not what you had, and I will not view you as what I had. Like she said, I was open and honest. Hey, this is what I've been through. This is who I am. This is what I want to do. I'm a Jennifer Hudson, Jennifer Holiday. You're gonna love me. I'm gonna show you who I am. All cards are on the table. I'll never try to pull the wool over your eyes. And like she said, it was rough. It was rocky in the beginning because she was fighting so hard, like telling me one thing, I love you, I want to be with you, but showing me different, like hesitant, like with walls up, like I ain't sure this is how I want to go. A couple of years back, her and I had an issue where we took a break. I was actually planning on moving on. Think she was planning on moving on. We fought through that and came back and had what I call the beginning of time conversation. Like, it was just boom, everything's out in the open, laid on the table. And I saw her for who she truly was. I understood those previous 2-3 years of everything we had been through. Why? I saw through the walls that she had up. I saw through all the fighting back that she was giving me, everything that I had experienced the first 2 or 3 years of this relationship. She let those walls down. She unveiled that curtain, and I was able to see who she truly was. And I knew then I got to go at this with a different route. I can't treat her like this. I have to show her a different way on how I want to love her, to allow her to understand who it is that I'm trying to be. And when I did that and she accepted the love that I was given, I knew then, like, yeah, it's locked now. We're in this for the long haul. We've had those issues in the beginning. We worked through them, and now is forever, happily ever after is what we're working for.
Yes, I love it. And like I said, it's not a fairy tale, it's a choice. So I'm glad you guys make that choice. Thank you guys for your interview time. We're gonna bring Tisha and Adam back on, and I'm gonna have a follow-up question for both of you couples. But Podcast Land, this is our week 2 couples. I hope you guys enjoyed their interviews today. Two different aspects of relationships going on here, but beautiful stories, beautiful interviews from each couple, telling us and being transparent to us about their love story, their love languages, and how each one speaks to them, and how they speak to each other and communicate that. I loved it. I'm so glad that you guys took the opportunity to let Chit Chat Pod be a part of your love story and share in on that. So we have a final question for you guys. And I'm going to let the men answer the question first, and then the ladies, y'all will follow up with y'all answer. But the question is, if you had to give a report card to your partner today based off their love language, will they be staying after school for recess detention, or will they be at the award ceremony? So I'll let you go first, Adam.
I would say she's gonna be at the reward ceremony. You know,
Okay.
she's giving me an A+. Like we already talked. I've already said about 3 or 4 times. You know, she lets me know, you know, that I am worthy of her. Let's put it like that. You know, and that I've got respect from her. She shows me appreciation. So, you know, A+, plus. So
Okay. So she's gonna be at the award ceremony. All right.
Good
All right.
job. Good
Okay.
job.
Yo.
Yeah, it's definitely at the award ceremony. Like I said, her willingness to grow with me, to understand the generational differences, to understand the upbringing differences, and you know, to actually do what it takes to continue to grow this relationship daily. Like A+, you know, I mean, I can't ask for anything more than a try. You know, just show me effort, just show me you appreciate who I am in your life and who I'm trying to be, and we'll continue to grow like we have been.
Awesome. So okay. So I got 2 award ceremonies. So April, I'm gonna start with you. Is he gonna be at the award ceremony or after school detention?
He's definitely gonna be at the ceremony.
Okay.
Yeah, like I love everything about him. Like I said, I love everything about him. He's my everything. Like I said, when it comes to him and our family, family first.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, Tisha.
So I think after putting him in detention, he done got his act right. So he's
Uh-huh.
gonna be at the ceremony.
Okay, he gonna be at the
Yeah,
ceremony.
he's gonna be at the ceremony.
Okay. So we don't have nobody staying after school detention. So that says a lot. That means that you guys are doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I love it. So ain't nobody got no detention. Y'all done gave the A+
None over here.
report cards. So y'all better be living up to that for the rest of the year. Look, Valentine's Day is over with, but you know we still in the month of love. So I want you guys to continue to show that appreciation to your partners. Whatever. Thank you so much for sharing y'all love story, y'all love language, communication stories with us on Chit Chat Pod. And to our podcast audience, look, if you know that one of these couples was your favorite couple at the end of the month, make sure that you're on here the last Sunday of the month so you guys can vote for one of these couples, and one of these couples gets a $100 gift card from Chit Chat Pod and have dinner on us. So again, thank you guys. This was so fun. I love the energy both couples have, and I love, look, Tisha and Adam, I just want some wedding cake. So look, I've been exercising. I need some wedding cake. I want some wedding cake. So y'all let me know when the wedding so I get some wedding cake. Oh yeah, someone said I'm singing at the wedding.
So this is the thing, right? Just take me to the courthouse. I don't have time to be doing no wedding. Take me to the courthouse because them marriages last longer.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need all that. Take me to the courthouse.
And
Okay.
what you were saying earlier too, if you look at the old school couples and marriages, you know, like my parents, they were married with less than a year too. You know, you were talking about not putting a time limit on love. You know, I've been at work and I've been expressing how much I do I'm in love with her. You know, and some of my coworkers are like, "You barely know her." You know, I know all of her. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, God has revealed that to me. So, you know,
Right.
and
Yeah. And you don't owe nobody no explanation. Long as
Period.
God,
Because they ain't gonna get that from me.
right. As long as God has showed you what he need to show you. Look, you don't owe nobody else no explanation.
yeah, but them couples, I see that them couples, they last, you know, forever. You know what I'm saying? So these new ones wanting to put 4 or 5 years on it, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Good job. Good stuff, Adam.
Yeah. Any last comments from April and Jimmy?
Babe,
No, I enjoyed being on this show today with you guys. I loved every moment of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
and I just want to really, I love my relationship. I love my wife, but I gotta give a big ups to Adam and Talisha, man. Y'all are doing great, man. May God continue to bless that union, man, and y'all grow to be something real good and strong, man.
I
Thank
appreciate
y'all. I done learned a lot from y'all.
it.
I'm gonna have to take it on because you know, April, babe,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. April said that physical touch is
I
that
can't
apology
wait to show
language.
them how much I love
Yeah, I had to
them.
write that down. I said physical touch is my apology
Let me
language
show
right
you.
now.
Let me show you.
She said that physical touch and do it every time. So I said, look, duly noted. But thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Next week we'll have a new set of couples that will be on. So tune in for next week. We appreciate you guys. Chit Chat Pod, where we chat all things women.